in the New York Times, Vernon Klinkenberg summed up perfectly what the life of Walter Cronkite means to us all. He wrote, "Some deaths end only a life. Some end a generation. Walter Cronkite's death ends something larger and more profound. He stood for a world and a century that no longer exists. His death is like losing the last veteran of a world-changing war, one of those men who saw too much but was never embittered by it. Walter Cronkite's gift was to talk to us about what he saw, and we were very lucky to have been able to listen. I would say we were very, very lucky indeed. Thank you very much."
To the Cronkite family, his children, Nancy, Kathy, and Chip, to President Obama, President Clinton, and all our distinguished guests, friends, colleagues, and fellow admirers of Walter Cronkite. It is a deep honor to be here to pay respects to an extraordinary man who touched the lives of so many in such a simple yet profound way. Looking out at this room and the remarkable group of people gathered for this event, I am in awe over the abiding, powerful feelings of affection and respect that Walter Cronkite continues to evoke in our nation and in each one of us as individuals. Certainly, all of us at CBS were always so proud to say that he was a member of our family throughout his career and until the end of his illustrious life. But we also realize that, like any national treasure, he belonged not only to us, but to the entire world. But he did make everyone in our business a little bit prouder of what we do for a living. And I would venture to say there isn't a person in this room today in the profession who wasn't in some way inspired by Walter Cronkite to go into the media. It was certainly that way with me. When I was a kid, I always wanted to work at a network. But not just any network. I wanted to work at CBS. There was the great history of the place. I Love Lucy, Gunsmoke, the terrific coverage the NFL brought to us every Sunday. But especially there was Walter. He was there every evening to carry my whole family through the stories that changed our world. The assassination of President Kennedy, the moment we landed on the moon, Vietnam, Watergate. He told us the way it was, with an honesty and unique warmth and humanity that touched all of us so deeply that he came to be seen not only as our most trusted newsman, but as a member of our common family, a next-door neighbor, perhaps, a friend or cousin, or, yes, an uncle. Like Sean, on my first day at CBS, Walter gave me a call. And I said to myself, "Man, you have a cool job." It was a lovely gesture from my hero. In addition to his major significance as a world figure, he was a true gent, and that came through in everything he did. He gave us the news right down the middle, but he did more. He told us it was okay to react, to be human through these massive events. And with the total dignity and professionalism that was his great gift, he also allowed us to see his excitement, his grief, his pride, and sometimes even his outrage. And in this way, he guided us through the times we all lived in and shared. I say shared because Walter was the center of a community created by our medium. The scene around our TV at home was replicated in every home around our block and in most blocks around America. And in this way, Walter Cronkite helped to create and strengthen our entire nation at the most critical times and make us more fully aware of the values and culture that we all share together and the power of broadcasting. That power to bring us together, to teach, to guide, to build a national consensus continues to this day. But Walter Cronkite, more than any other individual, made it happen. We were in his hands as people and as a people, and he kept faith with that trust. He leaves us with that legacy and that responsibility. We now move forward without him, in sadness at our loss, and with a gratitude for a life so exemplary and so well lived. Thank you, Walter. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my high honor to introduce the 42nd President of the United States, the Honorable William Jefferson Clinton.